How does one define the indefinable? Because that's exactly what it is, because when we touch upon essence, the life force, the energy, the unseen, the soul, you can't touch it, you can't smell it, but it's there. Elvis embodied it all. He was the man, he was it. He had everything. He had the looks, he had the talent, he was music. When he came on the scene, he created an impulse that's being felt today.
Since his death, he's become the most popular guy in town because he draws so many people here. I think Graceland boasts like 700,000 people a year through the doors there.
I'm here because I love Elvis, and I'm also here for the camaraderie of the fans and all the wonderful people that we've met over the years from all over the world. Just to remember Elvis, and it's really the one place in the world where it's like cool to be an Elvis fan, you know?
You more or less laughed at them thinking that, you know, these are strange people, you know, to want to imitate Elvis so much and to follow him. But then that really gets down to they are diehard fans who really love the man and will follow him till their end.
When we take seriously coming to Graceland for Elvis Week as a pilgrimage, we begin to see really what has motivated traditional pilgrimages from the earliest times. And I like to think that Geoffrey Chaucer is the best indicator of that.
Way down the other end of the world, a group of Australian fans are about to tread the pilgrim's path to Graceland for the anniversary of Elvis's untimely death.
My name is Jim Janos. I work as a telecommunications officer. I heard about this tour through the Elvis fan club. This trip for me is really follow that dream.
My name's Vince Adoni. I'm from Melbourne. I'm a swim pool technician. I've recently come out of a separation. Really hope that by going to Memphis and seeing Graceland and seeing Elvis's grave, I just find a sense of direction.
I'm Charlie Aganetti. I was born in Verona and now I live in Victoria, Australia. I've been a forklift driver and a musician for 15 years, on and off. My wife said to me, Charlie, you have to do this to get it out of your system because it's in your blood. USA, here I come.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Many had never been overseas before, so there was nervous excitement and expectation as they set off on a direct flight for Elvis World. First stop, LA.
From Melbourne to Memphis, baby, nothing could be finer. It's a beautiful thing that I'm looking for the king. Don't you know that
The world as a whole see Elvis Presley and only think of him in the last 2 years of his life when he was overweight, when the drugs, the prescribed drugs, became a problem. But they all tend to forget, like when Elvis came out, virtually every single male in this world wanted to be him.
He wasn't a rich person in the beginning. He didn't go up with everything handed to him on a platter. He was just a sincere person that had and gave. He gave to people from his heart. And that's where people loved him from that. And that's where my love for Elvis kept on going on to the ages of this January the 12th is my 50th birthday.
All these people who had this freedom experience through Elvis in 1956 when he shook his hips in their living room, they all have kids and their kids have kids. I think Elvis still becomes the symbol through which you achieve, in a way, both freedom and acceptance, because here was a guy who was a rebel and shook hands with Nixon. In a way, he's become everything to everybody.
Oh,
There
so
wasn't
like
much
in
up here.
America?
His name is Abel. Abel, okay. And he's willing.
I think I like Australia better.
We're going to
do a bit of walking around, and then if we get lost or anything like that, we're going to meet back at Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, okay.
Jack Nicholson start at 4:15.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, please, what are you doing?
Fully landed and pumped, there was only one mission to accomplish in Los Angeles.
We want to know where the Elvis sign is. That's the most, the star, that's the most important.
Yeah, I didn't find him there anywhere. But
Well, we'll ask somebody here if we can.
But we'll go that side anyway, see if we can find it.
Just get me on my video. No worries. Say anything.
Fabulous, fabulous.
Follow that dream. And I'm not going to sing it. When I was a young kid, 7 years old, my parents broke up, separated. Me being the oldest child, I suppose I needed to look up to somebody. I mean, I have got my belief. I do believe in my God. But I wanted a role model, a male role model. Once my father went out of the picture, and Elvis, he's given me, in many ways, unconditional love.
Sorry, sir.
People that came into his life, that came over the house in Los Angeles here, in Bel Air, or in Vegas, or at Graceland, he would turn on to his philosophy, so to speak, that each and every person is born with a mission, with a purpose. He felt that his purpose was to be an entertainer, obviously, and he felt a responsibility to his fans, felt a very deep connection to his fandom, which extends all over the world, obviously. He would say, hey, my fans put me where I am. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be in this position. I owe them everything. I owe them my best. And he gave him his best.